Cavaliers extend their winning streak to 11 as they snap OKC's 15-game winning streak tonight. Let's hear from the winning head coach, Kenny Atkinson. His press conference is presented by Wayside.
How do you describe that game, Kenny?
It was a beautiful game. I think it had playoff atmosphere, playoff competition. Guys were competing. I felt like there was no extracurricular stuff. It was just like pure basketball, pure competition. I mean, obviously, whoever won, lost. It was just a good game for the league, for the fans. Really exciting game.
With just over a minute left, you guys went to Evan for a bucket that put you guys up 5. Why was it important to go to him in that spot?
Yeah. Well, the play we were going to run, we wanted to get a switch actually and because Shea had 5, so we're hoping we were going to switch Shea onto him, but they didn't switch it. Hartenstein got through it, and then he went at Hartenstein. So it wasn't. It was drawn up for him, but we were trying to get the switch. We didn't get the switch, but to be able to score on Hartenstein one-on-one, we all know how hard that is. That's a high-level talent play by Evan.
You talked last week about how you felt like he was starting to figure out how good he could be over the last couple months. The kind of performance he had today, is that really an indication of the growth he's had?
Yeah.
Since the start of the season?
Yeah. To do it in a big game like this and against an elite defensive team, and I'll give Jared too in that. Like our advantage was our bigs. Obviously they have great guards, but we knew that, and it was just great recognition by our team. Like, man, we gotta get Evan the ball. They're smaller. We got to get JA the ball. They're smaller, but Evan. Man, he put his stamp on this game. Made the bucket of the game. He's only touching what we all know. We keep saying this. He's only touching the surface, but more things to come from him.
I think the tweet said before the game that Don was going to be 3 for 16, and you were going to beat this team. Obviously, probably would have been a lot of odds on that. What does it say about the overall depth of the group and what you guys are trying to accomplish, where it's not just beyond, and it's obviously not just on his shoulders to get you guys? So
the players said in the locker room, they said we don't win this game last year, and that says a lot about our growth and their maturity and kind of where they are in their evolution as a team, and this we all said, before the game, it's one of 82, but we know we're being judged at this level now, and it's just one, right? We're going to go back in 2 weeks, and we'll see if we can, imitate the same performance. But I think the guys feel good that they rose to the occasion, and I'm sure there was doubt, right, Tim, before the game? Can we do it? Can we? So it was a important win for us.
Ethan. Coach, looking back to just 2 years ago when Jarrett was going up against Isaiah Hartenstein in a different jersey, it kind of looked a little bit different than it did today. To see his evolution, to see his growth, and for him to have this kind of game on this platform, does it allow him to get more recognition that you think he deserves?
I hope so. I don't know. What's the position now in the NFL they don't appreciate? Is it running back or no? That's changed now. I can't. But it's Jared your all pro tackle. That's just knocking people out of the way and doing all the dirty work and what I know you guys see, but his skill level is better than people. The ability to pivot in the lane and the stuff he does. They blitzed us a lot tonight. So when they blitz, right, your big's got to be able to play in the pocket. So he got it in the pocket, made great. Evan, obviously that's his comfort zone because he's more of a wing big. But I thought J.A. Incredible all around. It was great for a national television audience to see what a great all-around player he is.
And then you mentioned just the all-around performance, but Max and Ty came big. Can you just speak on how important they were in the small minutes that they did have?
Yeah, they were both really good. I thought Ty, we were talking about we needed another ball handler. against their pressure, against their, we had to have somebody else that could break down the defense, and that's exactly what Ty, he gets in there, puts his head down, and gets in the lane, and usually good things happen. Obviously 6 for 7 tonight, huge, and he's a great pick and roll player too, right? And then Max, Max is Max, tough. So we played a lot of zone at the end of the game to get them out of their patterns. He's the master, coming from Miami and the zone slide. So that was part of our confidence level, him being in there.
Mark, I was actually going to ask about the zone, Coach. It's not the first time you guys have used that in the fourth quarter. It obviously worked incredibly well tonight. How much of a weapon is that for you guys to have kind of just in your tool belt to be able to deploy it at any given time?
I've always believed in it, always played it. I think Brooklyn, we were second. Miami's always first, but I think in Brooklyn we're second or third. I think this year we're second and third at most. And part of it was we couldn't stop them in man. That was part of it. But it's also, the idea is just get them out of their comfort zone, get them out of their pep play. They have, they got 2 or 3 pep plays that are almost unstoppable with Shea, and now it's different. Now Shea, they got to lift the ball over their head. They got to run something different. They got to get the big to the middle. So, not saying it was perfect, but I just think it was a good thing to get them out of the best things they do.
And Ty at the top of that, he had those 2 steals out of the zone. What does he do so well in that particular position?
I don't know. Is he still averaging 3 steals a game? I don't know. Like, the guy's got great, what do you call that? Hand-eye cord. He knows. He might not be the best athlete in the world, but he reads plays. He reads angles, and DG's good at it too. So we got him, DG, Don. So we're not just sitting back in a 2-3. We're active. We got hands. We get steals out of it. So really was a big key tonight.
Cavaliers now 11-0 against the Western Conference. What a performance from Ty Jerome, 15 points in 12 minutes. We're going to hear from Ty coming up next. Cavaliers take down the Thunder here tonight in the battle of the #1 seeds in each conference, 129 to 122. What a performance from Ty Jerome. Let's head down to the locker room and hear more from him.
Ty, there were 30 lead changes in this game, like a game where you can honestly say every possession mattered. Like, take me through the battle of the possession game.
Yeah, I mean, 2 best records in the NBA. We knew what it was going to be coming into it. They're a super physical team. They might not be tall, but they just play super hard. They're strong. They reach. They foul. So we knew it was going to be up and down, and I think we just played for 48.
What was the feeling like in here with everybody post-game?
It was a good win. I mean, it was a great win. I mean, it's still 1 of 82. I think I said this morning, it's like, obviously it feels bigger because it's, the 2 best records in the NBA playing each other. They got a 15-game win streak. We got a 10 or whatever. So it's like, it feels bigger, but we have another one tomorrow. You know what I mean? So, like, we still got to, go get our rest tonight and come back tomorrow and do it all over again. So, but yes, this was definitely a big one as the regular season goes.
Would you make it the way that your bigs, just dominated, not just the 46 points, but they had 14 assists between the 2 of them?
Yeah, they both got to be all-stars. I mean, we keep saying it, but I think tonight shows, like, we have 4 all-stars. Not 1, not 2, not 3, we have 4 all-stars. And Evan, J.A. were phenomenal tonight on the glass, defensively, on the offensive glass, like keeping possessions alive late in the game. Like, they were just everything. That's the thing. That team is small, so our advantage was in the paint. And Evan J.A. stepped up. They punished switches. They sealed. They did everything tonight. So they were phenomenal.
Lots of talk going into this game about it being, a test, right? Because they're the #1 defense in the league. So beating them, what did you learn about your team tonight?
Just what we knew all season long, that we have so many different weapons. Your best player doesn't have his best game, and everyone else just steps up. And we got guys that 7 guys in double figures. I think just a testament to our depth and everyone ready to step up, and a testament to Don being selfless. Not a lot of guys will go force and just jack up 30 shots, but he just continues to play the right way, continues to play winning basketball, and he empowers everyone else around him to help him.
Obviously, Shea's going to get his, but you guys kept him off the line pretty well tonight. Dean and Karras took the primary responsibilities. How do you feel like you guys defended him tonight, and just the overall performance on that end?
I know that's as good as a job as you could do on him. I think it took him 27 shots to get 31 points. you really can't do much better job. And that's Dean, that's Karras, that's Evan J in the paint. Like nothing was easy in the paint. I think he only shot 3 or 4 free throws. Like, so that's exactly what we wanted to do, and we executed that very well.
In a game like this high caliber game, you know, you outscore them on the bench 43-26. What's the confidence or belief level among the second unit on this team?
Same as it's been all year. Just, you know, we're a super deep team, and everyone's ready to step up. Everyone's role looks different every night, but everyone, you know, knows who they are, knows what they bring to the table. And we got, like we've been saying all year, a deep team.
To see a guy like Jay do the dirty work, he had 8 offensive rebounds, be able to do everything on both ends of the floor. What kind of recognition do you think he deserves, not just as an all-star, but around the league for what he's been able to do for this team?
Yeah, I feel like we ask this question every single night about all, you know, one of the 4 of those guys. It comes up every night, like, what recognition do they deserve? And eventually it's like, listen, he's one of the best bigs in the league. This is what we expect from him. Like, we're not surprised. And I think he showed tonight, like, yo, I really am one of the best bigs in the league. He was just absolutely dominant, and that's what he did.
Kenny talked a little bit about wanting you in the lineup because you're a ball handler, you can space the floor, all those different things. To have your number called in such a high-profile game and something like this, what is your mindset going into it?
Same as it's been all year. I thought in the first quarter we didn't really touch the paint well. We were kind of looked a little timid, like we weren't really going at them. So I think, you know, when I came in the game, made that a focus. You got to attack physical defenses with force. So then I tried to touch the paint and, you know, get guys to be like, all right, like we can go at them. I just kind of try to read the game and look what we need and bring that to the table when I come in the game.
Was that game as much fun to play in as it seemed like it was?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, it's still 1 of 82, but like those atmospheres when you get them in the regular season and then in January, like those are the games you love to play in. You know, it feels like a playoff game.
You think ESPN might send their cameras around here a little bit more after the show you guys just put on?
I have no idea. I guess we'll have to find out.
How'd you feel about that crowd? You talked about the vibes and everything like that. How's the vibe tonight?
They've been unreal all year, though. You know what I mean? So like it wasn't the first time that they've been great. They show up. I think we played Charlotte this past Sunday, like a few days ago, and at the start of the game, I looked around and against Charlotte, and no disrespect to Charlotte, they're not like one of the better teams in the NBA, and it's like a Sunday at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I looked around, and it's like sold out. You know what I mean? It's like that crowd's been great every game this whole year, and you know we love them, and you know they're huge for us.
Kenny, talk about having 3 different kind of lineups that you guys can go to. You know, one with Ed at the 5 and Jared at the 5, but then also, like we just talked about, both of them closed tonight. Having that in your back pocket and being able to go to that, how dynamic does that make it for any matchup for you guys?
Yeah, it just gives us a lot of versatility. You know, you got Ev and Jay have really figured out, and that's partially because Ev has become a really good three-point shooter this year. He's been able to space the floor for us, and he's been able to attack with the ball in his hands. So he's basically a wing player in some lineups, you know what I mean? And him being able to do that, but also play in the pocket and pick and rolls and cut off J.A. when he's in the pocket. Like, they've really gotten better at playing together offensively. And that's a credit to Ev's spacing and Jay's decision-making as a passing big. So we've empowered those guys to go be great offensively, and they have been.
Thanks, Ty.
Yeah.
Thanks.
The Cavaliers finished with 43 bench points, 32 coming from Max Strus and Ty Jerome combined. They both shot 6 of 7 from the floor. Ty Jerome getting it done in 12 minutes, finished with 15 points. And how about Max Strus, AC? He went 5 for 6 from the three-point line, finishing with a season-high 17 points. He added 5 assists and 3 rebounds. Season-high in three-point makes, season-high in points. When Max Strus is hitting like he was tonight, when he's in this rhythm, how does that change things for the Cavaliers?
It spreads the floor. I mean, that's what you have. A good three-point shooter will definitely spread the floor. And what you're seeing is that the guys are always running to him. So he knows what's coming at him, so he can see what's in front of him and make the proper pass and make the proper move off the dribble. So that, to me, is what he is starting to do. And what you're seeing is a man who is starting to get a feel for playing again. Coming off that injury, it takes 2 or 3, 4, 5 games before you get an opportunity to start feeling that feel. And once you get that feel, you can see it now. His jumper looks a lot better now.
Yeah, we're certainly seeing it. Max Strus is in rhythm, and that's a good thing for Cleveland. Hey, let's take a look now at our FanDuel's Make Every Moment More First Basket odds. And for the second straight game,